Yo, I've got an update. So, apparently the yellow light of death problem on the PS3 Slims is not so hard to fix. I'm getting one of my friends and one of my dad's friends, same guy, who's a real, hardcore techie. I mean, he's, the kind of guy who builds computers. So, all I have to do is get a USB stick, some kind of, formatted one, and I'll just put everything from the PlayStation over there onto this, plug this in, put that info, transfer to the new PS3, and I'm damn well getting one with more storage. And, because this is 160, and the guy who was a Sony rep on the phone said, 320 gigs or something, I'll get that, and if there's anything better, I'll get that. And this means I don't have to schlep it off to Sony, or even, a trusty GameStop, or something like that. So, it'll basically take one day, versus 2 to 4, even 6 weeks, like I've read on some websites. And that's really good. So, yellow light of death, you're going to see darkness soon. Let's see. It's Easter. Wishing everybody a happy Easter. But I got an AK, man. I got an AK. You know I gotta burst, Ninja Turtle swag. Okay, I'm just feeling silly. I've been up since 5 o'clock, and it's, 12:32. Yeah. And I slept in my clothes. I still have this shirt on. Ugh. It's all backwards, and it's making his cheeks look too big. I'd say it's the one t-shirt that I own that sticks out the most, because even if you're not The Big Bang Theory fan, you've probably heard Bazinga somewhere. And maybe not even in the context of Sheldon Cooper saying Bazinga. See what else I want to talk about. Yeah, I found out that in Iron Man 519, issue 519, the whole reason that they're getting that new person that's not revealed yet in the black, white, and gold faceplate suit is because Tony Stark's gonna apparently be assassinated by the Spy Master. Now, the Spy Master could do it. He's pretty smart. But I would at least like one more scene where they duke it out and Iron Man is, Iron Man, not the new guy. For a while, I'm definitely going to be calling who's ever in this new suit a noob. I would say the suit reminds me of something a Kree soldier would wear. There's a lot of, white over other colors and circles, and a lot of, invisible or clear patches. So, I don't know. I don't have any of the issues of, X-Men versus Avengers, and I fucking want... That's a Marvel event, Fear Itself, One More Day, Brand New Day, things like that. They're must-reads for me. I have all the prior ones, and I gotta read that. And Iron Man Uncurable. I think that's what it's called. It's the one where he's fighting Dr. Octopus on the cover. And time has not been good for Doc Ock. He's like a really fucked up old man who absolutely has to be in some bio suit. Which happenstantially has his colors, green and silver. Now, this leads me to my prime problem. Based on the events of Origins and Back in Black, for Spider-Man, they had to do a retcon. Now, it's making me think they're going to have to do that for Iron Man, and then they'll have a different series. They'll change it from Invincible Iron Man to something else for this new black and white Iron Man. Because if you know, they've changed the backstory for Iron Man a bit. First it was like, one war, and then the Persian Gulf War, and then, it was Afghanistan. But it didn't really change as much as, One More Day and One Moment in Time did. So, oh yeah, I was gonna say, they're slowly, retconning the retcon, in that, Doctor Strange came to Peter, after he revealed his identity to Carly, and, he said, it was pretty much like, now people can find out, and if, one person will find out, it's a chain event, leading to, everybody knowing he's Spider-Man again. But considering that he already pretty much just he went to Rikers and he beat the living fuck out of the Kingpin. And he's one of the most powerful, rich, and influential villains throughout the Marvel Universe. And it wasn't to kill him, it was to, let all these people know, all the people under him, and a lot of people above him, that he just got beaten. That's Wilson Fisk's, worst enemy, defeat. In fact, that's like a Sith Lord. That's why they always try to cheat death, because they see death as defeat. On the light side of the Force, it's different. Typically, if someone wrote a story about Star Wars that, bond with the Force and, become eternal beings. But, with the Sith, it's like they're not, interested in the non-material world. So, the concept of, a possession would only exist in the physical world. But then, to truly ascend into a state of holy tranquility, you need to let go, but then also embrace something brand new. You can see how tired I am. So, how do you feel about that? How do you feel that, good old Tony Stark is going to possibly be assassinated by the Spy Master? Not only that, but, he was in a coma, or he still is, and apparently I've read a lot of things that, he's gonna come back, badder and better than ever, so chances are he's probably gonna not get killed. And I guess, I just came up with this right now, that he's not gonna get killed, and he's gonna, be rehabilitating himself. And then this new Iron Man will only be a cameo type character once he gets all his, strength and, well, I can't really say, his mental prowess, because he deleted all, fucking stylus, all the events from the registration thing, Civil War. If I can, I'll redo all this. I'll write it down. I'll write down everything I just said and all the things I already said. But yeah, how do you think, what do you think a good way would be for Tony not to get killed by the Spy Master and bounce back and possibly maybe give that new suit of armor to Rhodey? I don't know. I do know that he's like literally a war machine because he's got like half of his face gone and it's robotic. But this is me trying to patiently wait for that comic. I go to the comic book store every day just to look for updates, and I've been looking for, things like the figures and maquettes and statues and, movies and other things that I can display. For a comic, you can display it, but I have a rack, and I keep them in, plastic and with the tape on it. But the difference is I fucking read it. I don't, if somebody wants to read it, I'll let them. I'm not like, the price value's going down. Why would they even bother to put speech bubbles and narration in a comic if it's not meant to be read? I mean, people want to find out what happens to their favorite heroes and heroines next, but don't read the comic? Okay, yeah, you could go online and find a summary, but still. I love looking at the gorgeous artwork. Matt Friction's doing a great writing job of Iron Man recently. I don't know, I'm 50-50 on who my favorite hero is. Spider-Man or Iron Man. Right now, I'll just say fuck you, I'm picking both because they have their unique traits. And if somehow Tony is out of the picture, he's dead, I'm probably just gonna find a radioactive spider, clone it, and have it bite me everywhere. It's the end of my life and the beginning of a real man spider. Then, like the cartoon, the Punisher will come at me and everybody will shoot lasers. Even though some people do hold guns. I saw someone in Spider-Man the Animated Series with a revolver. It's rare. And meanwhile, the times were the same. It did take place in the 90s and stuff. But they had these highly armed futuristic troops with lasers. I don't know. Please don't die on me, Tony.